Howdy, hey, if you get tired of watching me, you can listen to me. Go to podcast. We have podcasts on rightedition.com. Have a listen because I do have a face for radio. Just saying. In the US of A, you got a political person, Cortez. She's a Democrat out of New York. You know, she is so left-wing and out of touch with America. It's kind of wild. Recently, she has more or less said that, again, for the 100th time, that I don't like America and I want to change it. I want to abolish immigration and customs enforcement. I want to abolish Homeland Security. I want to abolish Electoral College. And always somewhere in there, she says, everybody's racist, okay? Of course we are. She's just referring to us white folk. You know what? Love it or leave it, baby. Trump, he done it again. Every morning he's got a fun to see what he's done and who he's insulted. And the other day he said, I'm going to insult Jews today. If you're Jewish and you vote Democrat, you have a total lack of knowledge. You're a great disloyalty. That triggered a pretty fast uproar. He makes me laugh every day. Oh, we'll see what happens with that. In Canada, recently, the question of same-sex marriage came up yet again, even though it's effectively been settled for many years with regards to the courts and so on, although you wouldn't think it was settled because there's always a parade of some kind, there's always some politician going into the parade and carrying flags and so on. But the Liberals now are saying, you know, the Scheer, the guy that's leading the Conservative Party, back in 2005, he was on record as saying that he was, didn't approve of same-sex marriages, and isn't that a terrible thing? A lot of people don't, but they're using this now as kind of part of their platform, they being the Liberals. And it's interesting. All Scheer said was it shouldn't be the same, and it shouldn't be. Let me give you my view on that. I mean, it's different. They can get married, but there should be a different term. But instead, they're exactly like me, because I'm straight and they're not, homosexual couples, and we have exactly the same laws. Shouldn't be. It's kind of like driving a car, or a vehicle. You can all go on the same road. You all have the same rights. You can all go wherever you want, destination-wise and road-wise. The same laws apply, but you drive different vehicles, right? I have a motorcycle license. He has a car license. He drives a big 18-wheeler. He has that kind of a driver's license. You have a different license for what you drive, but you're on the same road with the same laws. Kind of simple stuff. I don't know that Scheer was that detailed or not, but that's kind of what I think. Just sharing with you, the Liberal government in Canada, you know what? They're totally out of control. They're unhinged. They want a globalized world. They're against their own people. They hate Canadians, and they continue to do it almost daily. Recently, they gave sexual and reproductive rights people in other countries around the world $1.5 billion. And more recently than that, they just now kicked their commitment up to other countries to help the AIDS issue, and they sent them $930 million. Those are nice causes, I guess, but you got people at home in Canada, the people that voted for you and for other people, they're poor. They're getting beat up. They pay taxes that are incredibly high, and they continue to give money away to other countries, and it's not nice, it's not good, doesn't make any kind of sense, except for them, the Liberals, because they're globalists. They want to destroy, they hate their country. Exactly like that woman in the US of A. They hate the country. Hey, baby, as I said, leave it. Go live somewhere else. San Francisco. They're sanitizing the language for criminals. They're getting rid of all kinds of words like offender and addict, and they're replacing them with other nice little words. That's their way of coping with things. Lastly, for the day, you got the prime mistake in Canada. He says there's a real issue here. There's declining revenue in the news world, in the media world, with newspapers, and I got to discuss this with the world leaders. Now, he's talking about world leaders and Canada, the country that he's supposed to be representing. In Quebec, a couple of days before he made this statement, a French language newspaper chain filed for creditor protection, and so the government gave them $5 million, okay? And Trudeau goes on to say, this situation requires more than a one-off solution. We need one that the international community will like. Everyone has to pay their share. Well, firstly, he already owns all the press in the country, and it's been totally nationalized, socialized, pick your verbiage, and now he's somehow trying to globalize it. He's a dangerous guy, very dangerous. All you Canadians, wake up, get rid of this guy. And it's not just him, it's this little circle of people. Have you seen them? I mean, it's like you're at a meeting of the United Nations. They're from every other country. None of them are, very few of them at least, are Canadians in the naturalized sense. I won't. Don't get me started. Y'all come back here tomorrow, and we'll have more for you from the right. See ya.